So one of the stories that was incredible for me was when we sponsored our first festival, which was the Tribe Tambor Cruise.
Oh, yeah.
And we had some of the biggest legends in house music history that were coming to play there on a cruise from Miami to the Bahamas. And it was very well attended. And Samba behind the scenes somehow was able to negotiate yours truly to play my first DJ set alongside house music legends. And that was quite fascinating, trying to talk Samba off the ledge, who insisted that I had to do it. So went on a crash course with the assistance of the legendary David Montoya to be able to teach me how to DJ on CDJs and do the real thing. What do you think of that?
I think we had to throw you in at the deep end.
Oh, boy, did I have to swim. I tried.
No, but it made the most sense. The opportunity was there.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to sneak you on that lineup.
It didn't feel like a sneak to me.
And then be like, surprise!
Oh, I was surprised, all right.
It was good, though.
It was. I had a month and a half to get over.
It was good.
Trying to figure out how to represent myself and us well.
I'm just picturing that stage on the deck of the boat, that massive cruise ship.
Yeah.
And you had that. We put the Cabeau tent up over the decks. We had like the whole deck was the dance floor. It was all a bit like just done at the time. Where are we going to put it? Where's the branding going to go? But it was incredible because when you walk around the top of the deck of the boat, all you could see was all our branding everywhere. It was spot on. It's good. That was a good event.
I'm David Sternlight, co-founder and A&R director of Cabeau Music.
Chris Samba, co-founder and label manager of Cabeau Music.
Not many people know this, but Cabeau is a huge advocate of and for Afro House and Afro Tech sound. We created a music label called Cabeau Music, which really pushes the sound of young people in normally Southern Africa to help them become well-known and fulfill their dreams on a global stage of promoting their music. We have exceptions as well, where we bring people from other parts of the world if we appreciate who they are and their music specifically. And just overall, I think if we feel the vibe, we're going to promote it.
Yeah. So David and I first met in
Hong Kong.
I know Hong Kong, but what year?
2008.
2008. David was in Hong Kong. I was running like bookings for a nightclub in Hong Kong, and a mutual friend, well, one of my best friends, and a DJ that David knew through an internet show said, oh, you guys should meet up in Hong Kong. So David was out there, I believe at the beginning of Cabeau.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was right
That's
when
why
Cabeau
you were
was
in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
So you were out that way, I was out that way music, and we met. And we chatted and we stayed in touch. And years went by and we were always staying in touch. And then David had come to me and said, I want to do more in the music space. So, okay, well, maybe people were coming to David already saying, look, maybe you could sponsor things as your company and be involved with these events. So that was, I feel like, when we first came together in this space where we matched, where you said, hang on, there's an opportunity. You've been doing this for years. Let's see how we can make it work. So we started doing the events. Tribe Tambor were the first ones in the States. And we were working on those. And I was like, I think we can expand. Or David was like, how can we expand? Next would be to make a record label. Okay, do you know how to do a record label? Sure, let's do a record label then. Okay, great. We need music though. Oh, that's fine, because one of our boys is a producer, David Montoya. Great. Hey, produce a record for the label, please. There we go.
Yeah.
We started Cabeau Music like that. So it was quite crazy, the history of how it all came together, but then it came together quite naturally, really.
Yeah.
And musically, it was led by Dee's love for that sound. So my kind of involvement was not the music curation really, but the business back end of label and connecting that with an event and the artist contracts and all of that business side. So we had really good alignment of getting it started. I would say that's probably...
Yeah. Samba and I are such good friends, and we respect each other so greatly that, it really makes for an incredible partnership, that yes, there's not always do we see eye to eye, but I think almost always we do. And we're able to respectfully check each other if there's something that is, based on Samba's experience, we should be doing something differently. Or, usually it's my passion that tries to push harder one way or the other. But I think we make an incredible team. And again, along with Michael now, who really helps with a lot of the A&R stuff, and we're able to kick a lot of ideas around with, production and artists that we bring onto the label. And I think, what is paramount to all of us is that we work with good people that are humble, people that are grateful, people that have good hearts and good spirit, and understand that this is going to be a long-term relationship and partnership, and it's not, a short-term money grab, but that we're all investing in each other.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're definitely one of the only labels out there that would offer what we offer on a split with the artist releasing on the label, which is, to try and support as much as we can what they're doing as an art.
Why Afro House, and what was the music scene like at that time?
I had heard Afro House first, I believe, in 2008, and almost immediately fell in love with the sound. And, as the years went by, I had gotten to know some of the extremely talented artists, both in Southern Africa as an entire continent, as well as Europe and even the United States, and even became friendly with a number of people that were promoting the sound in Asia, including our very good friend Helen Ting in Hong Kong. And we started getting into 2017 when Cabeau Music started, and at the time, I would say Afro House wasn't even close to the word popular. There were definitely pockets of usually big cities that the music were getting some dancers, and I think people really felt the soul and spirit of the music. But it was very difficult for the producers and DJs at the time that were pouring their heart and soul into the music and not really getting recognized outside of the little niche scene at the time.
What year and where was the Cabeau Music label born?
In 2017, Samba and I got together and started discussing what we could possibly do to promote music festivals. We already run events for Cabeau at homes in Los Angeles, and invited a lot of our customers, as well as everybody related to Cabeau, to come and have a good time once a year. And we felt like it's time to take this to the next level and start promoting events on a global stage. And the first one was the Tribe Tambor Cruise, going from Miami to the Bahamas in 2017. And then we started the music label later that year.
Grow what we were doing as an event or partner events we thought a record label would make the most sense to start working with these artists, bring in new artists. So we started Cabeau Music. And with David Montoya already in the family, he was the perfect producer to kick the label off. So he has the debut release on the label. And it just started from there. It was slow at first, I'd say, because I'd had experience of labels and that business side of it, but actually working with other artists and finding artists and bringing the music in was more Dee's domain because of the music it was, and it just it started to grow and grow. Bringing Michael into that side of it is where you can see the difference of where the label's gone. Definitely, it's on the ground, and Dee then has someone to bounce off for that creative side, and the network that David has, Michael has in the Afro scene. That's where we've started to grow more as a label.
How many releases do we have now?
We have 72, building this catalogue of music that becomes, a special catalogue for that sound. And with that, we've recently managed to have a publishing deal with a publisher in the UK that the music is put into a sync catalogue for movies, adverts, whatever it is. And we hope that something comes through for one of these artists where they get a big sync and it's a payday for them, but it's also promotion of the music and part of what we're doing as a label as well. It's just another side of growth, really.
And not a lot of people know this, but Samba also has a few releases on our label.
I do. That's undercover.
What inspired you to start?
I think both Samba and I have a lot of passion for the music scene. It's something that has been really important for us as not only a release, to go out and listen to great music and dance. But Samba also comes with an extensive background of being a part of the scene from a business side, from a music side, producing and DJing all over the world, really. And I think both of our passions for the music and doing something that we love was really the impetus of what brought us together in terms of being the co-founders of the label and really starting to promote it. And it's for the right reasons, too. That's the other thing. Who Samba is and who I believe I am is we're doing this to help people. We're doing this to promote people. We're doing this because it's altruistic. It's never been focused on the money. And I think that it comes off that way with the people, around us and who know us.
Yeah, just organic from the beginning. Like we say, we were, I guess you could say, lucky to be involved when we were with the sound because of your passion for it, and Montoya probably being involved around that sound at the time. But then it was a natural step to say, let's do a label. And it's always learning. Who are we going to get to remix? What is the next release going to be? Where are they going to be from? There's so much around it all the time. But it's natural steps that we're just constantly taking to grow it and give those people more opportunity along the way.
Yeah.
I think I'd say the latest opportunity has been being involved as a label in Southport and Sonseby, being able to bring the artists from South Africa to those events, where a lot of them hadn't left there before, hadn't been to Europe. So it's not just giving them the opportunity to DJ, but actually travel anyway, come and see Europe, come and see a European festival and actually play at it. And I know everyone we have worked with on that capacity has been really grateful and enjoyed it, and we've enjoyed having them there. And
Yeah, getting to know them.
the people have enjoyed having them there as well as a crowd, because a lot of the time it's just a European playing, a lot of playing in Portugal. I know these guys are coming all the way from, South Africa, and yeah, so it's good. It's a good side of it to give them that exposure musically as well.
Who was the first artist you worked with?
The first artist we worked with and released on Cabeau Music was David Montoya. And as he was part of the family, one of Dee's best friends already, it made sense to work with him for such a special release. And he delivered.
And has delivered many times since.
Yeah, for sure. But I think that was quite a cool record at the time. That he did pretty well, and it's nice to have a part of the inner circle, part of it from the off. David Montoya.
What was the record name?
Coexist.
Oh, is that what it was?
Coexist. Yeah.
Coexist.
And I think David has always wanted to promote togetherness and inclusivity of all people. And to this day, that's who I know him as being one who leads the charge with acceptance and making the world a better place.
How did the label gain attention and popularity?
I think that it's been, over time, just having the staying power that we've had, that we're not a fly-by-night label, that we've put, quite a bit of effort into taking things to the next level. Some of the larger name producers every once in a while, and we've been honored.
I think a lot of it has been for us the involvement with events that's allowed the brand to grow than just being the label. They have to work together, and the community that Michael is bringing from South Africa, a lot of the artists are releasing for the very first time. I only know this because when they're sent to me and I upload them into our back-end system, they don't have a Spotify page. They don't have an Apple Music page. And we're being able to create that for them from the ground, which is always quite nice to see. Okay, your first release is going to be on our label, and that's the stepping stone for them to go on. Because when we sign a record from an artist, you don't sign the artist, you just sign that piece of music from them. So if it allows them to then go on and produce music on a bigger label or a different genre, it's a stepping stone for them. So it's quite nice for us to see. And we've seen that with Michael. I mean, I've seen that with Michael. He has music come out on different labels, and I think, it's been part of Cabeau's stepping stone to do those things.
Right. We're certainly about the music, but I think we're more about the people. And for us, maybe there's envy or jealousy from some labels, let's just say they've put time and effort into helping promote a specific artist. For us, it makes us happy that the artist is getting recognized, and they're becoming more well-respected on a global stage, regardless of if it came out on our label or any of the others that are out there. We're happy for the artist.
How many artists and songs does Cabeau Music have in its catalog, and how often do new songs get released?
So we are now up to, our next release will be the 73rd release. We've, over those 73 records, we've probably worked with, I'd say, maybe nearly 50 artists.
Yeah, sounds right.
I reckon.
Especially when you're adding the vocalist.
Yeah, probably around 50 artists over those releases. So when we started the label, we were doing a monthly release, roughly. Like, it was slow, but we were starting it at the time a monthly release was quite
Aggressive.
no, it was kind of an industry standard at that time. Like once a month, you could grow the label and keep a release coming out. As everybody knows with music, it's now become so disposable so quickly. We are up to now nearly 2 a month. We were looking at once a week. We had a few patches where we would almost doing one a week. It works. You need that momentum, but I think the most difficult thing is of keeping that momentum and those many releases is making sure the standard doesn't drop. And that's probably the most difficult thing, because you're only as good as your last release as a label. So you need to keep it at that standard. As soon as it drops and drops and drops, you know, you can get forgotten very quickly in music now. So I think Dee and Michael with what they're bringing creatively with the artists, and I know there's been a lot more creative process now than there ever was, where an instrumental will be sent in as a demo, David and Michael will hear it, and then they will put together a vocalist for that record, which is again growth of the label, because instead of just signing a finished record, they're really working creatively with the artist to say, we like what you've done, but it's not good enough as just an instrumental. It needs more. So we will take it on and pair it with a vocalist, bring a vocalist in from somewhere else that writes the song. And then even then, what we should probably mention is when a record is finished by the artist, it needs to be mixed and mastered. And we work closely with, I'll say, two entities to do this. We have one in the UK, which is Earthwork Studios, that have a history of working across the board in music. And we also work with a local superhero, I call him, in Joburg, right?
Yeah.
Is Cuba. He is an artist that's been in the game for many years, and he has been putting his finishing touch on a lot of these records now, from mastering and his experience and knowledge of that music. And I think it's like the cherry on the cake. You know, the record can be great, everything's put together, but when you get someone come in and kind of sprinkle their magic dust on it, then that's what has been another growth part of the label recently.
Yes. Yeah.
Shout out to Cuba.
Big shout. Nothing short of a legend and an even more beautiful person.
What festivals can you find us at, and what events does Cabeau Music sponsor?
So we are leading up now to the Southport Weekender in March in the UK. This will be our fourth year of sponsoring a stage there. So, or I should say host the stage. So we have our own stage throughout the day. That's Cabeau Music stage, branded Cabeau Music, and we curate the lineup for that stage. So we bring in the artists, a lot of them who we work with on the label. I think a couple of them this time have worked with us on the label, but the lineup in general is artists from that scene, and that is our UK based festival that we're affiliated with, and the same promoters who do an event in Portugal in June called Sunsibit. It was previously in Croatia. We've been doing that
since 2017.
Since the beginning.
Yeah, except for the COVID year.
Yeah. So this will be the third year in Portugal now.
Yeah.
Third year in Portugal, in Lisbon. That's in June. And we usually, and this year again we have a main stage party at night, which is like the main arena. And then we'll do a boat party as well. So for this one, we'll bring artists from South Africa who are part of the label, so they get to experience international events and DJ sets. And then it will also curate around artists that are this year quite hot on the scene. And again, it's just we have a crowd that really come and know that sound at the festival, that enjoy that we bring a little bit of different music to a lot of it. They know that's, we're going to Cabeau. They know exactly what sound it is. And we like to make it quite special with some merch giveaways a lot of the time. We've done some fun merch, haven't we?
What is next for Cabeau Music?
We've been kicking around a lot of ideas. I think there's going to be some very, very big things planned in the future. I don't want to spill the beans, as they say, but there's bigger things to come, and I think things that are going to be they're going to be innovative and unique. They're going to be different than anything that's been done prior, because that's what excites us.